Hey, Scorpios. Welcome to Scorpio Intuition. So, family, as you can see from the title, this is going to be the third part to the four agreements. I'm going to go ahead and dive in. Okay, so the third agreement is don't make assumptions. For those who are new to this video, we are we're focusing on reading more books. Okay, so this is one of the four agreements. This is a very good book just for self mastery, and we're on the third agreement. Want to hear it? Here you go. All right, the third agreement: don't make assumptions. It says we have a tendency to make assumptions about everything. The problem with making assumptions is that we believe that they are true. It says we make assumptions about what others are doing or thinking. We take it personally and then we blame them and react by sending emotional poison with our words. We only see what we want to see and hear what we want to hear. We don't perceive things the way they are. We literally dream things up in our imagination because we are afraid to ask for clarification. We make assumptions that we believe are right. Then we defend our assumptions and try to make others wrong. We make assumptions in our relationships is really asking for problems. Often we make the assumption that our partners know what we think and and that we don't have to tell them what we want. We assume they are going to do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we assume they should do, we feel hurt and say, "You should have known." Another example, you decide to get married and you make the assumption that your partner sees marriage the same way that you do. Then you live together and you find out this isn't true. This creates a lot of conflict, but you still don't try to clarify your feelings about marriage. The husband comes home from work and his wife is mad and he doesn't know why. Maybe it's because his wife made an assumption without telling him what she wants. She makes an assumption that he knows her so well, that he knows what she wants, as if he can read her mind. She gets upset because he fails to meet her expectations. Making assumptions Making assumptions in relationships lead to a lot of difficulties, a lot of misunderstandings with people we love. The way we keep your the way to keep yourself from making assumptions is to ask questions. Make sure the communication is clear. If you don't understand, ask. Have the courage to ask questions until you are clear as you can be. Once you hear the answer, you will not have to make assumptions because you will know the truth. In society, we have agreed that it is not safe to ask questions. We have agreed that if people love us, they should know what we want or how we feel. When we believe something, we assume we are right about it to the point that we will destroy relationships in order to defend our position. But with clear communication, our word becomes impeccable and all of our relationships start to change, not only with our partner, but also with everyone else. Often we begin a relationship with someone you often when you begin a relationship with someone you like, you only see what you want to see and you deny there are things you don't like about the person. You lie to yourself just to make yourself right and to justify why you like the person. Then you make assumptions, and one of the assumptions is my love will change this person. But this is not true. Your love will not change anybody. If others change, it's because they want to change, not because you can change them. Let's say one day something happens between you and your partner and you get hurt. Suddenly you see in this person what you didn't want to see before. Only now only now you have to justify your emotional pain by blaming the other person for your choices. Real love is accepting other people the way they are without trying to change them. If we try to change them, this means we don't really like them. If you decide to live with somebody, if you decide to live with someone, it is always better to make that agreement with someone who is exactly the way you want him or her to be. It is much easier to find someone whom you don't have to change than to try to change someone. The biggest assumption that humans make is that everyone sees life the way you do. We assume that others think the way we think, feel the way we feel, judge the way we judge, and abuse the way we abuse. And this is why we have a fear of being ourselves around others, because we think everyone else will judge us, victimize us, abuse us, and blame us as we do ourselves. Become aware of these habits and understand the importance of this agreement is the first step, but inform or inform an idea is merely the seed in your mind. What will really make the difference is action. Take action over and over again will strengthen your will, nurture the seed, and establish a solid foundation for the new habit to grow. After many repetitions, these agreements will become second nature. Don't make assumptions by making this one. Don't make assumptions. By making this one agreement a habit, or our lives are transformed completely. What we need comes to us easily because spirit moves freely through us. Magic happens in our lives. This is the mastery of love, the mastery of gratitude, and the mastery of life. This is the path to personal freedom. So, family, that was the agreement 3. Don't make assumptions. So far we went over agreement. Agreement 1, be impeccable with your word. Agreement 2, don't take anything personally. And now agreement 3, don't make assumptions. Tomorrow we will finish off this little book. I mean, this big book in little form. The fourth agreement will be always do your best. So, family, this is going to conclude this portion of the 4 agreements. Like I said, if you guys like these readings, family, let's get into these books. Let's start expanding not only just our knowledge, our vocabulary, but just our wisdom. So it'll help us tap into our spiritual gifts. I'm going to hopefully be reading portions of books every day. And also, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the books that I am reading personally. So let's just try to get this thing together. And if y'all like, we could start a little book club or something like that. You feel me? Because reading is fun to mental. Remember what our boy Eddie Griffin say? Fun. It's fun to read. Fun to mental. Okay. All right, family. I love you. Love yourself. Remember, we the gods, and there's nothing they could do about it. And I'll see you on a little bit with a daily reading.